I remember the exact day I decided to be an artist.
Okay.
Again. Okay. So me and Ed were on tour. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And the Defiant ones had just come out.
Mm-hmm.
You know the documentary?
Yes.
Okay.
Love it.
So it had just come out. And we were like, we got to watch the last episode. So we're like rushing home from, or rushing back to the concert, like to a concert venue, so we can watch it before he goes on stage. We're watching it. We finish it. Ed stands up and he's just like, what the fuck are we doing with our lives? He's like, they were doing like so much stuff. We're just like sitting here doing nothing. And then as that happened, a man walks in to the green room and says, Ed, you're on in 2 minutes. And he goes and plays a stadium, an actual for like 80,000 people. Okay.
Crazy.
And I'm left sitting with a stuffed animal. There's actually a picture of me like 5 minutes before. I'm left sitting with a stuffed animal. And I'm like, what am I going to do with my life? And I remember sitting there and I was like, oh, well, Dr. Dre really, his label really started taking off when he went and became an artist and went and signed all these artists, and he was on the songs and they were on his songs. And I was just sitting there and I was so tired of just like making songs. I'd made songs every way you could make a song. You know, I had, done an R&B song. I had done a rap song. I had done a rock song. I had done a pop song. And it was just getting stale to me, you know? And I remember sitting there and I was like, well, what if I make songs by myself? And I was backstage while the show was going on. I was talking to my managers and they were like, what? And I was like, yeah, I just think I could be the artist and I could put the songs out with my name. And then they were like, well, like, will you sing on them? And I was like, no, I'm not going to sing on them. It's going to kind of be like what I do, but I'll make the videos. I'll come up with the marketing plans. I'll like do all the things I've always wanted to do. I was like, it's basically what, because I had a label at that time still. I was like, it's basically what we do for all our artists, except I'll do it for me. And I'll be, and I'll just do it. And I remember I had just written a song. I just started a demo. Actually, no. Right after I decided that, the next day, me and Ed were in like Philly or something. And we were writing demos in the hotel room. And we wrote like the earliest demo of Eastside.
Love that song.
And I remember like a few days later, I was just talking to him and he was like, oh yeah, this one's pretty cool. Like it was like, because you make so many songs. And I said, I think I want to be an artist. And I thought he was going to say, dude, shut up. Like, just go make me my songs, like be a producer. But he was like, wow, I can't believe you haven't done it yet already. And I was like, what? I almost was hoping he would say no, don't do it. But then,
of all the work it would be,
I don't know. I just was scared, and I was like, well, I guess I got to do it now. And then I started the way like Eastside happened. It was just like Halsey was at my house recording a song, and I said, hey, I got this little idea. You want to write on it and like make it? And she was like, yeah. And then like Andrew Watt was at my house and I was like, hey, I have this thing. I need like help with like all the guitars. And yeah, sure. And then it was like, I like only had one verse on the song. And then I said, oh, Khalid, what's up? Like everything just like kind of fell into place.
Wow.
And then I put it out and I was like, oh, to me, I was like, oh, I'll keep making songs. I know how to make good songs. Eventually I'll have like a big song. Like eventually, like 4 or 5 years into it. And then I remember I put out the first song and then it just got huge. And I was like, fuck. I was like, I thought this was going to be like my new journey. I was like, now I got to like make an album. So then I went and did that. And then I was like, can I do this again? And then I tried again. And it's just, it's the most fulfilling thing for me. I'm very content also with like him just like, yeah, okay.